I'm Tracy Thomas, host of One for the Books, a literary live event series from LAist. Join me and authors Attica Locke, Van Lathan Jr., and Jeff Yang for a night of book talk, games, and fun on September 14th at the Crawford. Tickets are available at laist.com/events.
For years, NPR hosts and local public radio reporters like me have been flattered to find their headshots photoshopped onto the bodies of sci-fi superheroes. That's from a Twitter feed called NPRmageddoned. Well, the two guys behind that account are out now with a new audio series that's every bit as apocalyptic as those mashups. I recently spoke with one of the creators. NPRmageddoned, the podcast, imagines L.A. as Los Angeles. That's L-O-S-T, Angeles. A horrible place to live in a dystopic, polluted, and corrupt future. It's a fake radio show with fake sponsors.
Our team of highly skilled water technicians personally sample every batch of ideal water, making sure there's just enough bleach to kill the germs without killing our customers. That's the voice of podcast co-creator Brian Keithley, who plays the anchor. Their Twitter feed started back in 2015, and podcast co-creator Peter Podgorski said it's built awareness for the name.
The first day we got together to write it, I just whipped up a Photoshop and go, I'll tweet it out. And within a week, people started, hey, you should do this guy or do this person, or, hey, can you do me?
For public media folk, getting NPRmageddoned, it's kind of a rite of passage. They put my headshot on an image of Ellen Ripley from Alien holding a massive gun. I asked him, why?
I think journalists are quite heroic. They speak truth to power. And if you're confronting power all the time, you have to be, fairly strong.
It is a job I chose because it was the meanest job I could do without a gun. And so, of course, you put a gun in my hand. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've stopped doing the guns so much. I got some feedback. It's like, we don't like the guns so much, so I don't do as many guns.
Finally, this year, after waiting out the pandemic, they were ready to start releasing episodes of NPRmageddoned. And the NPR, by the way, does not stand for National Public Radio.
No, it stands for National Post-Apocalyptic Radio.
Here's a bit from episode 3.
As world-class sporting events go, the Cowabunga Dude Surfing Competition is unique in its unpredictability. When the waves and the weather are just right, competitors get only 48 hours notice to get to Broken Glass Beach.
You don't want to go barefoot out here, that's for sure. But with waves this gnarly, people are willing to get a little cut up.
NPRmageddoned is a story about power. It's about government power, religious power, corporate power, and how it gets passed back and forth.
It seems like some of it's also looking at the damage we've done to the world through an abuse of power.
So a lot of the humor comes from just reporting on the general, vicious, brutal corruption that goes on in our, dystopian Los Angeles.
There is a sophomoric raunchiness to this series, so it's probably not appropriate for kids. Like in episode 1, a reporter gets kidnapped into a sex cult, and there's talk of dinosaur porn in episode 2. Over the 10 episodes, you'll hear some 80 voices, several of them familiar, including actor Fred Willard, sci-fi author Harlan Ellison, and singers Jello Biafra and Tayson Day.
It's a passion project. It's probably the reason why we are able to kind of keep it going.
But with an eye on raising their profile in showbiz, hey, they have screenplays. They hope NPRmageddoned, the podcast, will open up some new opportunities. To check out the account and what some of your favorite LAist reporters and voices look like as superheroes, go to LAist.com. For LAist 89.3, I'm Sharon McNary.